we decided to move our fire down to the creek, maybe about 40 yards away from where our previous fire was, which is about 40 yards away from where we'll be sleeping tonight. So it's always best to do your cooking and eating away from where you're going to sleep. You don't want critters, but especially in bear country, and there's a risk of that where I'm at, and I don't want to have to deal with that if I can avoid it. But I did want to share a story, and it's a story about an axeman. There was a young man in a village who had gotten very good with his axe. And there was another man who was much older than him. He was an older man, and he was known in the village for being excellent with his axe. And one day the young man challenged the old man to see who could cut down more trees. And they had a full day, and then the next morning they would go and check each other's work to see who had chopped down more trees. So they both walked out into the woods together with their axe in hand. And the young man said, "Okay, you pick your spot, I'm going to pick my spot." And they both walked in separate directions. So the young man started wailing away, felling hardwood trees left and right. And he thought, wow, I don't even hear the old man chopping at his tree anymore. He must have had to stop to rest. So the young man just kept working, felling tree after tree after tree, and he heard the old man start to swing again. And he thought, oh, I'm going to beat him. I'm many more trees ahead of him. He'd hear the old man stop again every 45 minutes. The young man kept going, felling a couple more trees. Then the old man would start up again. And the boy knew that he had him. He knew that the old man was just that. And he couldn't keep up anymore. It was time for a new generation to take over. Well, this went back and forth most of the night. Finally, the work had stopped, and the next morning they got together. And the old man said, well, let's see how much you chopped down. And he followed the boy back to the area where the boy had been working. And the young man stood proud of his work, of all the hardwood trees he had felled with his axe. So he said, well, let's go see your spot, old man. So they walked back to where the old man had been chopping the previous day. And he couldn't believe what he saw. The old man had chopped down at least twice as many trees as he did, some of them larger. He thought, well, that couldn't be. I heard you stop. You stopped a dozen times throughout the day. And the old man said, every time I stopped, it was because I was sharpening my axe. Couldn't ask right now for a better fall day to be out here doing this. And that was a story that my father had told me many years ago. And it sort of stuck with me, and I really think you can relate it to a lot of different areas in life. So, like I said, nothing real special in the pot. Just some ramen noodles in there, and got a fire going here. I'm going to get some more wood, and nightfall should be coming soon. Hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope you enjoyed the series so far. Take care.